We'd like to once again welcome everybody to the Chili Bowl Nationals powered by NOS Energy Drink. This year represents the 40th running of the world's largest indoor dirt track midget race. This event started as a two-day show, a little over 40 cars in attendance. And in the first year, it was a question as to whether or not it would survive. 40 years later, to become essentially the juggernaut that it is, and especially off the heels of a record-breaking Tulsa shootout, which across 6 divisions of micro racing encompassed 2,010 confirmed entries, 1,155 cars, and over 4,000 green flag laps. This year's event has drawn a record-breaking 404 entries, the first time the Chili Bowl has ever drawn in excess of 400 entries for this event. We have drivers from 37 states and 6 countries, proving again that dirt track racing is not a local event, it is not a regional event, it is an international affair. This event also represents a massive economic impact for not just the city of Tulsa, but for Green Country. Combined, Tulsa Expo Raceway, between the Tulsa Shootout and the Chili Bowl Nationals, near $60 million into this area alone in a time of year where it's dreary, it's cold, and you don't get a lot of travel, and this event spikes travel into this area. It fills hotels, it fills restaurants, and it sets up some businesses to make it through the entire year. This event alone represents $40 million close to of that economic impact, with the shootout representing the other part. Before we introduce our speakers up here, I would like to recognize our Director of Operations, Matt Ward, and his wife, Ashley. Matt was our competition director for many years, and a few years ago was promoted up to Director of Operations. He oversees everything that goes on to this building. He is the number 2 to Emmett Hahn. At the start of the year in 2025, following the last Chili Bowl, his wife, Ashley, decided we needed to do something to really commemorate the 40th running of the Chili Bowl Nationals. So with that, she got to work on redesigning the driller. And going forward, this will be what the winner receives for the Chili Bowl Nationals. And this design was done completely in secret and was unveiled to Emmett on Christmas by Miss Ashley Ward. Ashley, thank you. Sitting at the table, we have our Honorable Mayor of Tulsa, Mr. Monroe Nichols, the co-founder of the Chili Bowl Nationals and recently inducted member into the Oklahoma Sports Hall of Fame, Mr. Emmett Hahn. Our Tulsa County Commissioner of District 1, Mr. Stan Salee. We also have the President of Tulsa Regional Tourism, Ms. Renee McKinney. And before we continue, Renee, we talked about the economic impact of this event, but this year especially, there's a lot of cross-promotion going on with a historic event that not only affects Tulsa, but also our country.
Oh, yes. Thank you. I hope everyone in this room knows that we just started 2026, so it's the centennial of Route 66. So many people are referring to us as Wheel City, but we are the capital of Route 66. So we're also bringing in a lot of attention nationally, internationally, and in the press around that. And this is an event that's kicking us off. So we're very excited about that.
Continuing with our lineup of speakers today, if you look at the Mount Rushmore of racing, these 3 are on it. But the one that is probably at the top of that list and one of the most versatile drivers in all of auto racing is our Grand Marshal, Mr. Tony Stewart, making his return. He is a 2-time champion of this event. He is a USAC Triple Crown titleist. He is a champion in IndyCar, NASCAR, NHRA. There is not a resume more diverse than Tony. We're honored to have him here this year as our Grand Marshal. Our defending event champion and defending NASCAR Cup Series champion, Mr. Kyle Larson, joins us today. And also a son of Oklahoma and a 3-time champion of this event. He hails from Norman. That is Mr. Christopher Bell. We'd also like to recognize and give very special thanks to Expo Square Without the partnership with them, with the county, with the city, with the state, this event doesn't happen. Miss Amanda Blair, the VP and COO of this event in this building, thank you very much. Mr. Lonnie Sims, County Commissioner of District 2. Kelly Dunkerley, County Commissioner of District 3, also great supporters of this event and part of the logistical coordination of what it takes to get this event in and out of this building. We'd also like to thank John McGrath, as a few years ago, he came up with an award to honor not only Miss Fuzzy Hahn, but also the highest finishing female driver in this event. And this year, that award goes again to Muskogee's Kaylee Bryson. We'll be able to present this during prelim night competition. John, thank you very much. Now, at this time, we'd like to open it up to our speakers. We'll begin with Mr. Emmett Hahn.
Well, I tell you what, there's more people in this room than there was at the first Chili Bowl. Now, I appreciate all of you talking about Amanda Blair, our BP here at the fairgrounds. Mark Andrus, our fair manager. I don't know, how long has Mark been here?
A long time, around 20 years.
Yeah. So Mark had been our fair manager, and he just retired here at the first of the year, and so we're going to have an opening there, and Amanda may be the one that comes in here to run this thing, and I got a great rapport with her. She's been very fair with us, so I want to thank her for that. I got to thank this old county commissioner right here, because these aluminum bleachers that you're sitting on, we went Southern Hills with John McGrath. He brought Stan Salee, and Stan said, well, we got to find all this money right here. John said, I know where the money's at. The next year we had all new bleachers out here, and I appreciate both of them. And the mayor, he took a ride in the two-seater last year, and I'm trying to get him to where he'll drive it this year. I don't know if that'll work or not. But I do want to thank everybody, and as Brian said, our shootout last week, Friday and Saturday at the shootout looked like a Thursday, Friday Chili Bowl. There was that many people here. It was outstanding. I'm hardly impressed, but that impressed me what we had there, and with the talent like these guys over here, people talk about what a great show this is right here. I said we're just putting the dirt in there. I said the talent's what makes this show, and these are the guys that puts on the race right here, and I appreciate it, guys. And Tony is our grand marshal. I called him right after the Chili Bowl was over last year, and I said, Tony, this is our 40th annual. And I said, Tony is the one that turned this in from a midget race to the Chili Bowl, because he came and raced when it wasn't much. Go back to Daytona and tell them guys how much fun he had, and so it just came from there. So I've told anybody that wants to listen, Tony is most instrumental in getting the Chili Bowl where it is today, and I appreciate it, Tony. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over. You want me turned over here to this mayor, or are you going to introduce him?
Yeah, I'm already
Yeah.
here, man.
Okay, I said last year I told him, and I'm going to tell him again. Welcome to Redneck Country.
Yeah. I will say it's great being mayor, but I think being a Hall of Famer might just be a little higher up there, man.
I've never been in a tuxedo in my life.
Well, you could just wear the tuxedo shirts, man. You're already in. Don't matter. Well, it is a pleasure to be here. You've heard about the economic impact of the Chili Bowl. It's something that we obviously in this community are very proud of and what it means across the country. Emmett saying that, it's kind of funny. I remember last year, is Matt Weaver in here? Yeah. So last year, I get up and Emmett he leans over me. He said, "Welcome to Redneck Country." And so I get up and I get the microphone. I said, for my whole time, I thought this was green country, and I found out today this is Redneck Country. And Matt writes it in his deal. And so I had a whole bunch of people texting like, "What'd you say about Redneck Country?" I'm still learning the power of things that you might say and how it gets people to react. But this is just a great event every year. I can tell you, last year was really the first time that both me and my son got to experience Chili Bowl. And it was so much fun for him that he was coming without me. And so much so, Emmett, that I was like, "Are you sure you're going to the Chili Bowl, or are you doing some other stuff I don't know about?" But they were here. They were excited. And so the kind of family atmosphere that this event brings, so you get the highest quality in racing. but you also get in the kind of atmosphere that I think is really emblematic of who we are as a community. And so the Chili Bowl has a huge economic impact, as we know, we're very proud of. We know there's excellent racing, which we know and which we're very proud of. But the fact that this is one of those events that you can have all those things, but you can also enjoy it with the people who mean the most to you makes it a truly, truly special event. Emmett, I'm going to tell you, last year you got me in a car. I had a great time. Thank you, Matt, for not letting me die. Appreciate that. But if you let me drive one, those aluminum seats you're talking about, you're gonna have to replace every last one of them probably, because I'm flying right into them probably. So we're not gonna do that this year.
You may have got your license in North Carolina.
yeah, maybe so. But I am so excited. I'll be excited to be here tonight. But this is truly one of the special events and one of the special times in Tulsa. We bring people from all over the world to come right here to the fairgrounds. So thank you to the county commissioners, obviously to the staff here at the fairgrounds. This is a point of pride for this community. Thank you, Emmett, for your commitment to it. Thank you, everybody who's a part of putting this on every year. And certainly thank you to all of you who have come from all over the country to cover it. This is a truly special event. This is a truly special community. It all comes together at Chili Bowl, and I can't wait till tonight.
Thank you, Mayor. One person I forgot to mention that's going to be here at the Chili Bowl this year. It'll be the first time. Our governor is going to be here Saturday night during the opening ceremony, so that gives us a little bit of credibility. That's all I got to say.
No, a mayor's not good enough, huh?
No. Or county commander.
Even better. I know, the governor's coming. That's what's really exciting.
We'll open to questioning. Before we get to that, Kyle, you come in, good catch. As the defending champion of this event, wealth of confidence last year, especially coming off of the shootout. You had another decent run in the shootout this year. Your confidence level coming in, and again, coming in with your own car, with your own team, and on your own terms.
I don't know. I think you guys would be surprised that I feel like since I've ran my own car here, I probably come in with less confidence than when I was, racing midgets a lot with Keith and Pete, and that their notebook's really big, so we only race 3 to 5 times a year in my car, and you're competing against a lot of the best midget teams, all the best midget teams that race year round. So I'm usually not that confident, but we've done a good job with what we've got, and you'll continue to try and work on it how we can, and thankfully it's all kind of come together a few times now, so if we can do the same this week.
Christopher, you were let off the chain last year, and you got to come back, and there was some concern because you hadn't been in a dirt car in a while, I know even with you, of being able to get in and go to the front. You proved at the shootout last year, not a problem. You're able to go forward here. You've had a whole season to go and play in the dirt. How's your confidence coming into this year's event?
I think my confidence as far as performing on track is, I don't know, it's probably not as high as what it was back whenever I was a full-time dirt racer, like Kyle mentioned, running for Keith Kunz Motorsports, the powerhouse of the midget world. But I'm here for fun this week, and this is the first time I'm able to be a car owner. And I'm racing with a group of friends. I've got one of my best pals in my second car. So I hope that we go out there and we light the world on fire, and I get a 4th driller before him. But I'm here for fun. This is a vacation for me and my wife. My wife's family's here, so it's just a ton of fun to come out here, hang out with our friends, and so win or lose, we're here for a good time.
Christopher, can I ask you to tell these people a quote that you had in Full Throttle?
What was that quote? I don't remember.
I said they wanted to ask him a very specific question about Chili Bowl and the Daytona 500, about which is the most prestigious to win.
Yeah. Okay, so I think the quote was something along the lines of, this event is so unique because you have drivers from everywhere. The Daytona 500, you have 40 cars or 41 cars, and it's the Cup Series drivers. But here you have Cup Series drivers, you have Xfinity Series drivers, you have World of Outlaw drivers, USAC drivers, high limit drivers. Yes. So you have literally. Yes. Hopefully Tony gets in a car at some point, but. I mean there's no other event in the world that has the diversity that this event has, and that's what makes it such a draw. So the driver in my second car is from Australia. We have New Zealand guys, we have guys from Europe over here, and there's not another event in the world that has this diversity of drivers, and it's the barometer. It's the ultimate barometer of driver talent and where you stack up against the competitors.
Tony, Emmett had mentioned, you were at the forefront of, the NASCAR drivers coming back and running this event and just elevating it. Getting to be a spectator this year, getting to be a fan, do you maybe take a different look at it and see some things that maybe you didn't notice before, or is it pretty much what you remember?
I was really hoping somebody was going to ask for that.
We're trying to fix the blinds over here.
It's actually really nice to come this year, and in the past I've been here. I would literally get done at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning with the track crew and Matt and everybody that puts the race on. So y'all see what happens once the cars get on the racetrack, but after they drop the checkered flag is when a lot of our work started. So it's all right. Hold on my calls. I'll get to him later.
Actually, it's the top fuel guy.
Is he as fast as us?
No.
All right. Good deal. But no, it's nice to be back this year. Obviously, 40th anniversary. And, I think this year I told my wife, Aaliyah, I was looking forward to it just from the standpoint that I get to go and see all of our friends. And that every time we've been here to do a media session, just like Christopher just mentioned, we have so many friends from so many disciplines of motorsports and so many different series that literally get to come this week to this venue and race against each other, and it gives us all an opportunity to spend time with each other. So not being on a tractor till 4:30 in the morning and everybody's in bed already, it's going to be nice to help stimulate the economy with alcoholic beverages this week and be able to spend time with all those people. But to be here to celebrate the 40th anniversary is something that I take a lot of pride in. I'm very honored that Emmett made that phone call to us. You are great at that, by the way.
I got to be good at something. All right. We'd like to open up to questions from media.
Yeah, just for Tony, I mean, when Emmett makes that statement saying that you turn this from a midget race into the Chili Bowl, I mean, one, what does a statement like that mean to you? And then equally, I mean, how have you seen this transition since, I mean, with a statement like that, with it being a midget race to now the Chili Bowl?
Hang on, we got to get the shield back.
It's very humbling, but, I think everybody doesn't realize I was just a small part of it. I mean, the guy that probably gets the least amount of credit and puts the most amount of work is the one standing at the door right there, Matt Ward. I mean, he is here tirelessly. You watch the process of how he's getting the venue ready, and you look at all these people that come to work here during this event for both the shootout and Chili Bowl. It is a massive group of people that have taken this from its humble beginnings to where it is, to watch Flo this week, for example, and watch the highlight reel of showing the finish of all of the Chili Bowl Nationals, and to see where it started, to see where it is now, and know that we were a part of that. I was just a part of it. I don't think I was the one that changed the trajectory of it. I brought some different eyes to the table here, but that's what we're proud. We're proud of being a part of this. We believe in Emmett. We believe in the Hahn family and the Edwards family and what their vision was and what they wanted to do with this event. So to be here and be a part of it, and to have a couple golden drillers of my own is something that really means the world to me. I mean, Kyle and I were sitting there, during Christopher's question going, back in the day, I was scared to say that this was bigger than Daytona, but it is. It truly is. It's not in the world's eyes, but in true motorsports fans' eyes, They know this is bigger. You got 400 guys you got to beat to win this race, not the same 40 guys that you see every week at a NASCAR track. So this is probably one of the hardest events to win. Every time these guys go on the racetrack in competition, it matters. They get points. It's all a part of getting themselves seated for Saturday night. You can't have a mistake. Daytona 500, you can make mistakes for the first 400 miles and still go out and win the race. You can't do that here. So to sit there and talk about how much it means, I never won the Daytona 500, but winning the Chili Bowl meant more to me than if I would have won the Daytona 500 for sure.
Going to try my best not to get anyone in trouble this year. I got one for Tony and then one for Kyle and Christopher. Tony, I've never known you in your life or career that I've seen for you to be just a spectator. Like you're always doing something. So what does this week entail if you're not going to be on the tractor, you're not racing, you don't have a team? So what does being a fan look like?
I don't know, because I haven't done it. I mean, I've always either been here with a race car or been helping Emmett out. So, I think that's part of the fun for me this year is just the fact that the plan is there is no plan. Probably the most important thing, obviously we're going to get to see 6 great nights of racing, so that's a given. But I think for me personally, I mean, obviously I'm in a different form of motorsports than I've been in my entire life, so I don't get to see this crowd as much as I'm used to seeing them. So getting the opportunity this week just to be here during the day and visit my friends and still get to see great racing, I mean, that's truly what this week's about to me.
Is the tractor thing off the table? You know? I mean,
Whoa, I had to pay.
Oh, sorry.
For Christopher and Kyle, both sitting at 3, Kevin had 4 in a row. But given what he was able to accomplish, the chance to match him and get closer to Sammy, how big of a deal is being on that same stratosphere as the Swindells?
I mean, honestly, this, like right now, I don't know. I don't really think about the Swindells. I just, Christopher and I have had a lot of battles, in this building, but also outside of it. I would really like to just pass him and then worry about the Swindells. But no, so yeah, I haven't really thought past much of just trying to get one more than him.
Yeah, I mean, kind of along the same lines. It's pretty rare form, obviously, to get what Kevin has 4 and Sammy has 5. Is that right? I don't know. This place it's so unique in the way that it seems like whenever you do hit on something here, you're able to repeat it. And we've seen, those guys, myself included, and now Kyle. The way that you drive this track, the way that your car handles the track, once you hit on something, you're kind of able to repeat it, and I think that's why we've seen the repeat winners. But yeah, it's never easy, and there's a lot of guys that have 0 that are really, really close to having a lot. So you truly don't know who's going to win until you get through the prelim nights, and even then you'll have a better idea. But Saturdays is always an unknown.
Question for the mayor and Renee. You touched a little bit on it, but can you elaborate some more on the economic impact that this has for Tulsa?
What happened?
Well, it was mentioned earlier, $60 million infusion of economic impact into this community, which is huge. Everything from what happens here to what happens at our hotels and our restaurants. You got people coming from all over the place. And I think the impact's even beyond what happens while the Chili Bowl's going on. What we've learned over and over again about this community is people come here and like, I didn't know that about Tulsa. And so people typically want to come back. And so this is one of those events that brings a lot of folks here who otherwise probably would never come here, who continue to come back here. So the $60 million is what we lift up. That's really important. But I think the true economic impact of the Chili Bowl is something that might be something that's almost unquantifiable because of what it means for this community.
I remember years ago, a professor from the University of Tulsa come out about the 4th or 5th year to do an impact study on this, and wasn't much. but he did come back and he said, all I can tell you is these people spend a lot of money. And I think what makes our impact so great is when we started the Chili Bowl, our local people really didn't understand what it was. So 85% of our reserve seats are from out of state. And that's why so much money comes into this town, and most of it's not on welfare.
Thank you, Emmett. Well, and I would say what we love about it is that January is obviously a very need period, and other cities are always trying to get the Chili Bowl, and we have committed ourselves that this is so important, and the 40th year is such a highlight for us to have it. Brings in 6,000 visitors, and of those people, it's other people's money, and they are spending money at our restaurants and retail, and they're really exploring Tulsa. So that's very important to us, but it helps our economy so much in a period that we need it. But on top of that, it's such a highlight to have this Super Bowl event that we get to host and brag about. Oh, here you go.
Yeah. And from the county's perspective, just want to thank the county staff, Expo staff, for all the things they do. Because, we continue to reinvest in this. Like Renee said, there's the Lucas Oils and a lot of people out there that would love to have this event in their community all across the country. So whether it was the close to $1 million in bleachers we've done, with the asphalt throughout and all the other amenities of improvement, we're committed. But to these athletes down here, I just want to thank you for your commitment in staying engaged here. It means a great deal. I hear it from our racers in Collinsville and Sapulpa and Kellyville, to be able to have a shot to race against some of the best. You were there once in their shoes, and it's what makes this event so unique. Is you have amateurs, good drivers, but they get to race against NASCAR drivers, and it just means a lot. Tulsa's known for this facility. We were in Austin the other day, and everybody recognizes where the Chili Bowl is. We want to keep it here. My colleagues, Commissioner Dunkley, Commissioner Sims, are going to continue to reinvest, and our other trustees at Expo Square. We just thank everybody for their hard work.
For Tony and Kyle, you guys have a very unique perspective. You own a racetrack, you own a series. Are there things that you take away from this event when you're here that you maybe look at Eldor, you look at the high limit and say, maybe we can try this or do this?
I think you could think that and wish that. I think this is one of these events, mainly because of the venue, but I honestly think it'd be very hard to duplicate this anywhere else. You could try to take this anywhere else in the country, but I don't think you could make it what Emmett and the family has done here in Tulsa with this venue at the Expo Center. It's just so unique to have the racetrack, the bleachers, the entire pit area, trade show all inside, short, very, very short walking distance to see all of it. I don't think there's anywhere else in the country that you're actually able to do what they do here in Tulsa. So I think from a racetrack side, we're always looking at how do you not necessarily reinvent yourself, but how do you take what you have and how do you make it better, how to make it better for the fans, the participants. That's something these guys have been doing for 40 years, and they've done a fantastic job of doing that. I think it would be foolish to try to emulate what Emmett's done here over the last 40 years.
Yeah, I mean, I would have a very similar answer, pretty much to a T. I think the Chili Bowl is just such a unique event, unique venue, unique time of year, much different than anything we do, with a series that travels nationally, throughout, spring to early fall. So, no, I just think, what they have here has been built upon 40 years and having a lot of, just good races, good competitors, and as Tony said, it would be very tough to, match this, even if you tried to want to copy it and move it somewhere else. But it's just unique to itself.
For Christopher and Kyle, real quick, I want to talk about the trophy. Obviously, the Golden Driller, always small in size, big in meaning. Now you look at that, I think I have a screenshot on my phone, Christopher. You have a nice big smile on your face when that was unveiled.
What are your thoughts on that? Is this a race that really deserved a bigger trophy like that, do you think?
Well, the first thing that came to mind was just, Matt and Ashley and what they've done to this event. When did you start? 2014. Yeah. So you've seen it, they've done a great job, and that's just another symbol of, the evolution of this event and how it's going to continue to grow. And yeah, it's just, a simple gesture that means a lot to a competitor. So thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Matt. So I'm excited about it.
Same thing. Yeah.
Take one more.
For Emmett or even Matt, with over 400 entries now, how much more room do you have to pit cars in the expo center? And what kind of plans do you have there? And then also you could also ask them, maybe the city, you were able to bring all the dirt in one day. Talk about that a little bit.
Dirt in one day, if you stop and think about it. There's 700 loads of clay in here, and our stockpile is 2 miles from here. So we had 20 trucks running from 6:45 in the morning till 7:05 that night, but they hauled 700 loads in here. The county right here, they let us, they got some county trucks involved, which got us up there where we could do this. And I think we're going to have the same thing coming out. I think Sunday evening, all this dirt will be out of here. Matt and Cody was telling me on the parking with these 404 entries, said they feel like they got more room left than they did last year. And I think what that is, I think a lot of teams came in here and had 2 and 3 cars, 4 cars. Now then these same teams are coming in with 5 and 6 and 7 cars. So I think they got kind of all gathered up right there. And so basically we have more room. So if you guys want to enter next year, let's try it.
Yeah, and that's a tribute to Expo Square staff. I mean, you've got dirt, you've got all of these vendors, all that's going on here, and in a day or two, it's turned around to the expo or sport boat and travel show or another event. Not a dirt on the floor, and they do this year in and year out, and it's just unbelievable how quick they can turn this around.
How many people does it take to do that?
Well, just the trucks alone, I met Amanda, hundreds. But it gets done.
And I think one of the most important things that's happened out here in the last 15 years is the fairgrounds has spent a lot of money on ventilation in this building. They got all these louvers down both sides. They got the ridge cap, has got louvers for a quarter of a mile on each side. They got fans taking all of the air down there into turn 2. And they have our city and county checking our CO levels in here, and they have been amazing what they've done with our CO levels.